Hasta. Hasta means the hand, and the professions that can be associated with Hasta is also one of the writers. Yes, so let us explore how Hasta assists in a person taking up the profession of a writer. Let us cement our convictions with a few examples. If any planet or the ascendant is in Hasta Nakshatra, then one aspect of the planet shows that the person may be a very good writer. The first example we take up in this case is that of Jane Austen. Jane Austen is a well-known novelist of the yesteryears. Her books, a set of 6 books, have never been out of print, though unfortunately she could not get much out of them when she was alive. She became an established writer after her 4 of her novels, Emma, Mansfield Park, Sense and Sensibilities, and Pride and Prejudice, found way into the published world. She was one of the few writers, the feminist writers, who glorified romance in that era and also showed that a female standing in the society in those days was considered by the favorable marriage that she made. She depicted a lot of strong women in her novels, bringing out the fact that strong women also found very strong protagonists. The ascendant that we see here is placed in the Hasta Nakshatra, and it is this Nakshatra Lord is sitting right there in the Lagna, fortifying this Nakshatra. Mercury, which is the Lord of the ascendant, is sitting in the third house of writing, the third house of hands. Mercury is also the 10th Lord of profession. Mercury also denotes writing, and Mercury denotes very fast thoughts. Stephen King. Stephen King has been known as the king of horrors, a person having sold more than 350 million copies with 54 novels to his credit and more than 7 novels as written under the name of Richard Bachman. He has also written around 200 short stories. He has been awarded many prizes, many medals, and has been on the list of who's who in the writer's world. Let us see as to what his chart has to do to support his ascent into the literary world as a writer. Well, he has his Mercury sitting there exalted in the third house of writing. Mercury is the third lord of writing, and it is also the 12th lord of international fame. Mercury is sitting with Sun, the second lord of wealth, and Venus, the 4th lord of masses. Moon, the lord of this nakshatra, is sitting in the 5th house of power, authority, position, creativity, and publication. So, Stephen King had all in him to make him a prolific and a well-known writer. Oscar Wilde, one of the very well-known Irish poet and playwright of the 19th century. He was known for his biting wit and his conversation skills, and also his flamboyant dressing style. He was also known for a very, very famous novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. One beauty in itself, it depicts the story of a young man transiting through a period and a must read for all classical lovers. Oscar Wilde is also known for his flamboyant lifestyle and the reason of his imprisonment and the way he died. But that is something very secondary. Let us check out what made Oscar Wilde such a well-known writer in his times and his era. Well, Venus, which is the lord of the third house of writing and hands, is placed in this nakshatra of Hasta. Venus is also the 10th lord of profession, and it is placed in the second house of wealth. Nakshatra Lord Moon is placed in the 12th house of international fame. And just for records, the second Lord Mercury is placed in the third house of hands. Mercury again is the representative of writing skills. It is also the representative of the ideas that flows through one's mind. and finally threw onto the paper. So that makes Oscar Wilde a great writer, a well-known, well-remembered writer past his death. For all of us who have a very strong nakshatra, a very strong planet in Hasta, we can also take a good hand, a dab at writing. We even if we do not make it as big as Jane Austen, Oscar Wilde, or Stephen King, we can always make it someplace. So, with that note, keep writing and also keep watching out for this space for more and more on many more nakshatras. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.